Hello everyone, my name is Marion, and I'm once again joined by my good friend Lynn.
Hello, hello.
And welcome back to another episode of Reading Reddit Stories, the show where we read Reddit stories, if you couldn't already tell. That was really mean. But today is once again an episode where we focus on a very specific subreddit and read multiple stories from that subreddit. And today's episode is going to be focusing on the subreddit r/AmIOverreacting. So we have 4 stories here of people who are asking if they're overreacting to their situation or not, and we're going to see if they are overreacting or if they aren't overreacting. So yeah, Lynn, do you think we're going to have a good time today?
Well, seeing that this intro has gone smoothly enough, yes.
Okay.
I think this is the first intro we've actually only need one take for.
Technically, we did all the other ones.
You know what I mean.
Like, we did all the other ones in one take. It's just I would keep fucking up, but like I would keep it in because it's like, it's a rule.
Yeah, but I think this is the only one we haven't fucked up. I don't see any major fuck ups. The cricket's not here.
That's true.
The traffic is not there. My dog is sleeping. We're good.
Yeah. The thing though was that I really wish you said I don't know, because I wanted to do like the bit where it's like, are you calling me? Like I yelled like, are you calling me a liar, sir? And you're like, what? And I'm like, sorry, total overreaction.
Overreaction.
Do you?
No,
I can walk back in the room if you want,
okay.
and we can.
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. I'm not crying. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm joking. See, now I hear. Alright.
Oh my god, what have I done?
No, Lynn, Lynn, you're overreacting. It's okay.
No, you're my friend. I'm supposed to understand these things, and let's get to the story.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, let's get into this. Everybody, sit back, get a drink, get out your drawing tablet or your paper and your pencil, and start drawing like how you usually do when you watch this. Yeah, I know. You don't think I know this? You don't think that I know that you put this on in the background while you're drawing? What do you think? I'm stupid? Dude, of course I knew that.
Nice app. I honestly, I do highly recommend the app you're using right now. It's really nice.
Yeah, I can see you're using a nice thick Bic pencil. I use those too because they're really nice for like coloring things in, along with getting some nice lines when you need to.
And also using the lasso tool. There's no harm in using it.
Yeah, it's fine to use the lasso tool. Also quick
makes things quicker.
And fix your posture, by the way. Fix your posture.
Yeah, actually, posture isn't that important as long as you have good posture throughout your life. Like slouching every now and then isn't a bad thing.
All right. Well, just don't slouch all the time, Len.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Excuse me.
Anyway.
anyways, besides that, let's get into it. So, let's get to the first story. So, this first story was posted 19 days ago. All of these stories are really recent, all right? So, just a quick side note. So, this first story is called, Am I Overreacting Thinking My Boyfriend is Going to Kill Me?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Please give me more details so we can figure this out.
All right. I'll get that. All right. So I, 26-year-old female, recently started dating this guy, 29-year-old male. He's been great. Absolutely amazing. He's polite, listens to me, does sweet acts of services for me. We get along great, and I enjoy his company. No red flags in how he treats me. A few of my friends have made jokes about him possibly being out to kill me, or being a serial killer. They bring up these points. He has a full garden of vegetables, fruits, and flowers. They say he's going to bury me in it. His ex-girlfriend supposedly moved to another state. They say he killed her. All the friends in my friend group who have met him says that he's weird, and they feel like he has serial killer vibes. He's a little awkward, but always very polite and nice. None of those are real, actual worries, but they were getting into my head because they kept saying those things and not really joking. Then one day at his house, I noticed a big bag of quicklime in his backyard. As far as I can tell online, quicklime is only used for industrial stuff and for decomposing bodies. He definitely has no need for it. When I asked him about it, he said it's to help with his plants. Then today we were texting about going on a date, and he sent me a pin on maps, the middle of fucking nowhere, up on a little mountain near his house, and he said, I want to take you here. I asked why. He said it's because he's never explored those areas by his house and he wants to. He said we can take my truck. Now I'm worried. Am I overreacting? Is he going to kill me? Should I not go? I'm not sure if I'm letting it all get into my head. I have OCD and paranoia, and I need to know if these are real concerns or not. There is an edit here, but I think we should talk about this first before we get to the edit.
You brought up the garden. I'm just thinking, oh, my mom had a garden once. It's nice. And then you bring up everything else. I'm just here like, oh.
So, number one, just a quick side note. Quicklime is sold at like pretty much every garden center. It's very common.
Yeah, it is.
You can find.
I'm pretty sure my mom has some.
Yeah, you can easily buy it, and I know about.
Used for composting or something.
I think I have no idea, but I just know that I've seen it before, at gardening stores and things like that from when I've been there for some reason. But
yeah. Quick note to the people watching this: I do not have a green thumb whatsoever. Plants die a day after contact with me, so
yeah,
I don't have the slightest clue.
And as for the whole decomposing bodies things, that is a thing. I only know that because of the show The Wire, because I remember Chris and Snoop would pour it on people after they killed them. Anyways, so
and documentaries on my behalf.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be on. I don't know. Okay, Lynn, I have no idea what your opinion is, but I'm just gonna be honest. I think he's just a person, and that's it. I don't know, because I'm just like...
It's the remote location bit for me.
Like, I understand that.
Like, I do some research, look for the ex, maybe do some, like, little snooping here and there. Don't get in contact with her, because it's not worth it. But definitely, if all of your friends are on the same page here, and it's not a joking type of thing, definitely ask them, just like, hey, I just want clarification, because I'm starting to get a bit antsy here because of all of you guys saying this.
I think for me...
But, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No. It's just... The thing is that, like... I don't know. I think it's the fact that, like... There's nothing really to go off of here besides the fact that, like, they think he's a serial killer. And then, like... But to me, the thing that really nails it in the coffin for me of this is the fact that it's like... It's like, oh, he has a garden, and then they say, well, he's going to bury you in it, and it's like, oh, his ex-girlfriend supposedly moved to another state, and then they say, oh, he must have killed her. It's like, that's a lot. That is a big stretch. There's a difference between being like, I don't know if I'm comfortable around this guy. I don't know if this guy seems trustworthy, and this guy definitely has killed somebody. He's a serial killer. He's going to kill you. I don't know. I just feel like it's a big leap.
Either they have some awful friends, or something must be wrong, because, like, people can act perfectly normal at one hand and then bat out the next, you know?
Yeah. I will say the actual, like, he sent a pin on maps, like, well, okay, they say the middle of fucking nowhere up on a little mountain near his house, but it's also, like, I don't know if, like, if it's near his house, I don't know if it's actually not completely in the middle of nowhere. But at the same time, it's also, like, that's the thing, is that, like, piling all this up, it really does it, like, I'm like, okay, I can see where you're coming from, especially with someone who has OCD and paranoia. Like, that's the thing, like, you know how I am, like, when it comes to things like this. Like, we literally just had a conversation about, like, the paranoia that I experienced last week, like, a situation like that.
Yeah, and for me, the thing is, I've been in one of these situations.
Yes, I know. Like,
so for me, it's more, I'm looking into it a bit more than maybe you are or something. I don't know. Yeah,
like, the thing is that, like, with your situation, which we won't really get into too much, but, like, I for you, I would understand why, for you, like, you see this and go, yeah, I don't know about this guy, because, like, you know. But for me, as someone who's an outsider, who's also kind of been around some rather weird people, this guy just seems kind of, I don't know, he just exists for me. But, there is an edit here that I want to talk about real quick, which they said, I'm overreacting, thank you. I got scared of going in the middle of nowhere with him, so I'm definitely going to suggest that we do that another time until I'm comfortable. But, like, that to me, I completely agree. It's like, I have no idea how long they've been together for, but if it's like, you've only been together for a little bit, then yeah, maybe don't go into the middle of nowhere with someone, like with someone, you know? Like, in all honesty, even like with people, like, even with people I'm friends with, if I haven't known them for very long and they're like, hey, you want to go to, like, this middle of nowhere spot? I'm going to be like, no, I don't think I want to. But if it's like someone I've been friends with for years, it's like, yeah, sure, fuck it, let's go fuck around.
Yeah, like, it could be romantic.
Yeah.
It could be your last vacation. It could be your last destination. It could be, your final destination.
You haven't even seen those movies.
I was trying to make a reference. I know I'm uncultured, but I was trying to make a reference there, bud.
I mean, no, I actually want you. No, I'm actually no. Wait, please keep making references. This is no. You're doing great. You're doing great.
I was trying to be hip with the kids.
We are not hip with the kids, dude. We still don't know what modern lingo means.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't.
In our time we were, but these days, hell no.
No, we are dude, we're old, man. Like, these kids these days with their...
I was up to date with the latest Undertale AUs. Now we have weird toilet heads.
Kids these days with their fidget spinners and...
Don't go there. I had a fidget block growing up, man. That was the shit.
Okay, I remember when my former high school, like I remember when like a high school friend of mine who like I'm still like we don't talk very much anymore, but like we're still on good terms. I'm still on good terms with him. Like he actually used to carry around like a fidget cube with him, and I remember thinking it was so cool that it had a joystick on it. Because I was just like, I could just play with the joystick while like being in the middle of class, acting like I'm playing a video game while like acting like I'm as if I'm paying attention. You know, like that was so cool. I thought it was so cool, but and then the fidget spinner came out, and I didn't like them because they kept hitting like that. Like, I don't know if you had this problem, but whenever I would use them, they would always hit like that part of like my skin, like in between like the thumb and the index finger. You know?
Yeah, the little web.
Yeah.
Got there.
Yeah, I would hit it, and I didn't like that. So that's why like when someone like showed like a Genji one that like goes around your index finger, I thought that was awesome. But then the one that I got kind of sucked because the ball bearings were all fucked up, so it didn't spin for very long.
Yeah, for me, I like them for a short period of time, but again, disorder that makes my body kind of more sensitive than it should be, so it would hurt to flick it and stuff. So yeah. But
besides that, back to the edit.
Yes, back to the actual reason of this video.
Yeah, anyways, so the comments are making me realize these girls are not very nice people. I said in the original post that they're my friends, but to be honest, they're not super close friends of mine. They're coworkers. Yeah. I'm going to work on my OCD and throw everything these girls say out the window because I can't really not be around them since I work with them. Thank you for everyone for telling me what quicklime is for, lol. Okay, yeah, if it's your coworkers who you're not really friends with, like, if you're not really friends with these people, then maybe don't take what these people are saying too seriously.
You know, this is the type of person that she makes me feel like she's the type of person that goes out, she says hi to people, and she's like, oh, I made so many friends today. I don't mean that in a negative way, it's just like, you need to get to know someone before you can call them a friend.
Yeah, because like when I first heard this, I was like, okay, like I said, I could see like your side of the coin of like, okay, yeah, these are like if she trusts these people, then maybe she should listen to them. But also but it's like if it's just your coworkers, then like
yeah, that's why I brought up either these are awful friends or these they're
just
not friends at all.
Yeah, they're not friends at all. They're just weird people who are just trying to put things in your head about a guy who honestly probably doesn't have anything wrong with him.
It sounds like basic office drama they're trying to store up.
And he just sounds like a guy who's just kind of awkward, and he's like, hey, I have a garden, dude.
He makes his own produce? Hell yeah. That's like, well, $100-some off your grocery bill.
Yeah, you don't have to buy tomato sauce for spaghetti anymore. I wish I had spaghetti.
Proper iceberg lettuce.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
So I would say, I mean, she's overreacting, but like also like her friends are also just kind of shitty. So, and they aren't really friends.
I don't think this was an overreaction, but so I think it was just asshole friends trying to like build some sort of anxiety up, you know?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like anything can happen in this world. This world's weird, and people are good at faking things. But like, if this guy truly is just like a nice guy, then like, damn, I kind of feel bad for him because all these people are just saying things about him being a serial killer. He's just probably at home thinking about like, man, I need to buy more quicklime, and then that's it.
Yeah, and honestly, unless you actually trust the people you're with, and usually that should be up to 1 or 2 people. You shouldn't trust everyone in the world. It's always good to have at least 1 or 2 people as your backup if you need someone.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people you trust. You don't trust Miss Andy at work.
Yeah.
Sorry for anyone who's named Andy. I'm just trying to think of a generic name.
I knew a kid named Andy. I have an uncle who we call Andy. I don't really talk to him anymore.
Oh. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Keep going.
But yeah, you don't... They're called coworkers for a reason. You can be friends with them if you build that up over time, but at the same time, God, people love office drama.
Yeah. But, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this story, so let's move on. So, this next story was posted 18 days ago, so one day after the last one.
Well,
And this one is called, Am I the asshole for feeling weird about my girlfriend and coworker talking about me?
depends, man. What are they talking about?
Well, let's find out. We all used to work at the same place, but recently I moved and transferred to another location. I worked with this guy and we were cool, but he was friends with my girl for... I worked with this guy and we were cool, but he was friends with my girl for years before I met her. He drives a nice car and goes to college. I drive a 2007 Maxima, my first car, and dropped out of my first semester. But I do live in my own apartment. And he's with his parents. He's 3 years younger than me. I'm not comparing myself, but these things will make sense in a bit. I mean, you're technically comparing yourself, but, you know, that's another story. Last night she told me they were talking about me, and he asked how often I gave her flowers. She said I do, but like 4 times in the 4 months we've known each other. She asked him how often he gave his ex flowers, and he said whenever they died, the flowers. This obviously made me feel a bit ashamed because it's true. I could be more giving and romantic, but I just tell her money's not there. We reassured each other that we were both doing what we could with our circumstances, but I can't help but feel bothered by the conversation still. I want to clarify though, I'm not jealous. I'm pretty confident there's nothing between them, but I think it's just the ego being hurt by the conversation.
That feels like a heavy mix. And also, why would you need flowers so often? Like, I get it's a kind gesture, but my God.
In all honesty, it's like, if you guys are doing first of all, if you guys are doing perfectly fine with your circumstances and are like, if you guys are seemingly swimming pretty fine with your relationship, then it's like it's I don't blame you for feeling weird about it, because I know how it feels when someone's like, yeah, I do this, and it's like, oh, maybe I should be doing more, you know. But also, like, if you guys are doing fine and she's like, I think it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, and also sounds like just slight jealousy or something. It doesn't. That's normal. Yeah. It's normal to be a little jealous over a little something. And also, yes, that is a weird thing.
Yeah.
Come from a person who can't pick up a hint worth a damn. That does sound like a weird thing.
Yeah, like, it feels weird for the fact that he's like, well, actually, I used to give my ex flowers whenever they died. It's like, okay, buddy. Like, I don't get why he had to ask her how often, like, he gives her flowers, I guess. It's just weird to me. Like, there's a part of me that thinks, like, this guy is trying to get at something, but at the same time, I'm like, what? I don't know. Just...
for me, it's the same thing as last time. It feels like just another coworker trying to stir the pot.
Yeah, but apparently, like, she's known him longer, so I don't know. But,
at least he knows that this is his usual behavior, and she thought it was just funny to bring up.
Yeah, but, like, I get...
Sorry.
No, go.
It's like, hey, you won't believe what Eddie brought at work today. He's such a over-romantic or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I suck at the romance.
Yeah, so do I.
So am I.
But, overall, like, I don't know. Like, I guess the best thing I can say about this, because this is just a short thing, but I thought it was rather interesting, but it's like, in all honesty, man, like, because he says, like, the finances aren't there to give her flowers every month. I think it's at first. So yeah, it's like, if you're doing fine, you're doing fine. If this guy really is trying to, like, put the moves, he's a fucking loser. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of, I just find it rather weird, people who try to, like, be all like, how often does he give you flowers? Well, when I was with actually, no. The thing is, she asked him how many flowers he used to give his ex. But then it's like, I don't know. It just sounds like as if they were just having a conversation, I guess, honestly, now that I think about it.
Yeah. Just a regular conversation.
Yeah, so I
do understand the insecurity or like the slight jealousy. I do understand that.
Yeah, like...
Well, maybe that's...
He says he's not jealous, but I think he means it in the way of like, I don't think he's going to steal her. It's more like a thing of where he just like... I guess he just feels smaller or something. Or I guess he just feels like, he just feels like as if he's not, I guess, just not good enough. I don't know.
The thing is, insecurity doesn't have to be always like absolutely negative. You do the worst thing possible. It's just a thing that happens, and that's fine. We all feel insecure at one point in our lives. Mm-hmm. As long as you don't take it to an extreme and try to control someone's life over it because you can't control yours or something, you know?
Yeah. Overall, it's, I don't know. Like like you said, like it's like I get it, but at the same time, just like if you guys are doing fine, you guys are doing fine, honestly. And if this guy is trying to put the moves on her, then like at that point, tell him to stop. And or if she is
trust in your girlfriend,
at that point, it really just depends on the trust you have for your girlfriend, and just like being like, all right, because I guess, like, what's it called? If you have enough trust in her to not do anything, and she definitely obviously you both definitely trust each other enough around other people, then, like, whatever. But if it's, like, she has a track record, or that guy has a track record, then maybe be a little wary, but otherwise, who cares?
In general, open up, talk about it. Don't go to the internet. Like, yes, you should ask people for advice.
What's funny, though, is he said that,
also communicate with your girlfriend about this.
It's funny, though, because he said that, like, we reassured each other that we're both doing what we can with our circumstances. Like, it seems like he did conversate, like, yeah, the conversation that kind of that it bothered him a bit, but she was just like, yeah, but we're just doing the best that what we can. So, I don't know, I guess, yeah, you're overreacting a little bit, but at the same time, it's just like, you guys are doing your best. So, yeah.
And love isn't all about objects. Love isn't always going to be, oh, I'll give you this every day. No, it's reassurance, it's comfort, it's spending time with your partner, doing things for them, even like clean the house every now and then for them, or tell them how nice they look, something like that. It doesn't always have to be a physical value.
Yeah. So, I guess you're half overreacting, half not overreacting. Like, it makes sense why you would feel this way, but also if you're doing your best, then that's all that you need. So, yeah. I guess we'll move on to the next one. Okay. So this one is a much longer one compared to the other ones, and this was posted 18 days ago. And this one is called, Am I overreacting for wanting my boyfriend to stop speaking to me so harshly?
No. But let's see where this is going.
Yeah. Already I'm just like, no. Just like, no. But, yeah, let's find out. I, 28-year-old female, have been dating my boyfriend, 27-year-old male, for almost 2 years. We have a really great relationship and are good partners. We do several activities and intense outdoor sports, camp, or doing a home renovation together, etc. I feel like we have a good partnership and trust each other deeply. We have tons of fun together, laugh often, and have similar senses of humor. There are weeks we are super in sync, lighthearted, fun. I love his hard work ethic and determination. We have tons of shared values and dreams, and I often feel like he's the best fit for me, a partner for life. We live together and work from home. Our issues come in during conflict and moments of stress. The house renovation was unintentional and extremely stressful as we found serious things wrong with the house. My boyfriend also has several TBIs and tends to be black and white and very blunt, just on a daily basis. What's a TBI?
I don't know.
Several traumatic brain injuries?
Oh.
Okay. And tends to be black and white and very blunt, just on a daily basis. In general, he also isn't happy with life/where we live, which can put him in bad moods for days at a time. I often feel like my boyfriend can be extremely harsh and unfair. Some examples include, lecturing / speaking harshly to / about me when I make a mistake, such as when I put the wrong directions in while not in service, causing us to have to turn around until we got service to redirect. But I was in tears because of what he said to me in the process, calling me names like a bitch or telling me I'm being cunty when I talk back or stand up for myself or explain myself, talking rudely or being short with me if he's in a bad mood and then justifying when I bring it up or telling me that he has the right to be in a bad mood. Yeah, okay, no, he doesn't have the right to be calling you a bitch. And then, no, yeah.
Your partner shouldn't be degrading you because you feel the need to stand up for yourself unless you are the one that's lashing out. But from the sounds of it, you're not.
Yeah, the most recent pretty terrible day, we were prepping for a contractor to come over and do some work, and my boyfriend started demanding I stop what I was doing to find something of his he lost, but I needed to finish a quick job before the contractor came. This was about 7:30 a.m. after I got up. He came up to me several times during my search saying I better be looking for it, when I wasn't even sure what it was. He briefly described it, but I hadn't seen it / couldn't remember what it looked like per his description. I looked extensively, but could not find it. I didn't even think it was super necessary to do before the contractor arrived. When I explained this, he said that it wasn't up to me. He needed it, and I needed to find it.
And he should have been looking for it, because he's the one that knows what he's looking for.
Yeah, this ended with me saying that I was done and would not be spoken to like that when helping him. I left until he asked me to come back, and the project ended up being in his car. I told him I needed an apology and to promise to never speak like that to me again. He briefly apologized as he went down for a nap later, but ended up yelling at me again the next day in a similar manner to help him with something when I had my own job work to do. He yelled at me to the point that I think some neighbors heard, then came inside and told me to leave. I started to leave for the day, but he made me stay to talk it through. I received a short apology for this, but much of it was his justification. We have had a handful of days like this in our relationship. That's not good. I know he's often frustrated and taking it out because of external circumstances. We all have bad days, and it was a rough year for us with the house, which he has equity in. And I know his TBIs can make his reactions worse. If I call him out or say I don't like how he's acting or speaking to me, I often get called a name or get a justification. I have expressed several times that I don't want to be spoken to like this. I think he may find it normal to some extent or has been spoken to harshly in his life, but I find it unacceptable. I want my partner to be the most kind and understanding person in my life, someone I'm safe to make mistakes with, or have bad days without being turned on. I want to be with someone who understands the weight of their words and doesn't say regretful things, or at least immediately catches it and apologizes correctly. Sometimes I get a quick apology, but it's usually followed by a, but you did, she didn't do anything, with some reasoning of what I did to call for him to being upset or a justification from the day he's having. Often we just move on with life and I feel unresolved, which I think also makes my latter reactions worse. On top of all of this, I am divorced from a rough marriage and pretty sensitive to how I'm being treated and can have a trauma response often, which used to come into a form of flight or fight driven statements, i.e. telling him that I was going to leave and couldn't be with him anymore in the heat of an argument, that I needed someone different, only to calm down later and apologize for my words. He told me I can't make statements like that unless I'm going to act on them, and I've really worked on biting my tongue and waiting to regulate before saying anything detrimental. I think I have really turned a corner and I've resolved to leaving or being alone until I regulate, but I can still be snappy back and defend myself when I feel disrespected. I will not be walked on, and I think most people know that about me. He often tells me I overreact when I get upset, that the circumstances didn't call for me to get so upset, and why he was justified in his reaction. I also often get upset and ruin a day by shutting down for a few hours, ruining plans we had, pre-argument if it gets too heated, or I get hurt by something he said. I do have trouble snapping back after arguments and can get down for the day, but I've tried to work on it. I keep thinking I would never deal with this from a friend, and I really hope I would never treat him or a friend like this if they made a mistake, or if I was having a bad day. When he makes mistakes, I really try to affirm him and remind him it's okay. He had even backed up into my car, and I didn't yell at him or get mad. If I snap ever, I try to own it and apologize. I do feel like I'm in general an easygoing person with an even composure who doesn't have large mood swings other than feeling frustrated or annoyed here and there. I have several close friends, most from my childhood mentors and therapists, and I have thought of myself as healthy, but wonder if my divorce trauma has made me hypersensitive or hypervigilant to what I deem as unacceptable behavior. I really love our love life together, but these moments are wearing me down. At the same time, I don't want to expect perfection, and am against our cultural expectations of a perfect partner and dropping someone quickly if they don't meet your needs. I can't help but wonder if I leave, I will regret losing someone I love and have a good connection and life with, and didn't stick by because of personal struggles. Is there any hope? Am I overreacting due to my traumas, or are these unacceptable behaviors? Are these somewhat normal reactions that could be worked on from him, especially amidst TBIs and a hard year? Are we just too different in our expectations of how to communicate and treat each other?
No, I think due to your traumas, you've forgotten what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Because from the sounds of it, it's okay for him to walk all over you, but as soon as you try to stand up for yourself, you're being shut down.
Yeah.
You're being told what not to do. And he's having expectations that you can go looking for his stuff when you don't even know what you're looking for. It's his thing. He needs to get his ass up and go look for it. He may be nice to you at one point, but how much of that is just him trying to get you back into the pool?
Yeah, like, I'm just gonna be honest here. A lot of this I've dealt with people, and they will seem like a great person, but at the same time is also like once they get into one of their moods, they will say the most hurtful things they possibly can to you, but then try to come back and apologize afterwards. It is a terrible relationship to be in, but unfortunately, I have to deal with a lot of that because whatever reason. But yeah, no, this is really bad. Like,
thing is, I've known people with a lot of disabilities, a lot of disorders, and I've known a handful of people that'll own up to what they say. They'll be quick to apologize. And I've known people who mean their apology. It's not half-ass, oh, sorry, and then nothing else. It's oh, my apologies, I didn't mean to do that, or yes, I see what I did wrong. I'm trying my best here. Mm-hmm. But I've also known a handful of people that'll do the dick move of falling back on their disability, saying, oh, well, I have this, so therefore.
Yeah, like, I understand this man has traumatic brain injuries from what it seems, but at the same time, it's like, I also have seen people with, like, traumatic brain injuries who also are still, like, good people. So, but then again, every brain injury can be different, but at the same time, it's like, I think the main thing that, first of all, the fact that he also tries to still justify himself while apologizing is already a bad sign, but it seems like as if, like, someone, there was a commenter that I read right now who honestly put it into a great perspective, which is that, like, you're constantly walking on eggshells. He can say whatever he wants to you. He can call you a bitch and whatever he wants. But then when you talk back or stand up for yourself, he immediately, like, first of all, you shouldn't be calling your wife a bitch, okay? Or
no,
like calling her cunty. No.
You should never degrade your partner. There's no good excuse for it. Yeah, there's playfully calling people a bitch. We do that all the time. But then there is feeling like you've been put in the wrong, or your pride is at stake. And that, in that case, be the bigger person and communicate. Don't call someone names just because you feel as if you've been put in the wrong.
Yeah, in all honesty, like, just, like, letting this sink in, I'm just like, you know what? I don't think this guy's as great as you think he is. I understand you're like, yeah, we can have great times, but it's like, yeah, but also he calls you terrible things. He justifies his reactions, and, like, he's extremely harsh to you. He doesn't respect you from what it seems. So, and he blames you for everything.
In a way, I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong about this, but from what this is reminding me, this feels like a very narcissistic behavior.
Yeah, this just...
a very self-indulgent type of thing, and people like this know how to manipulate. They know how to cast the net out and reel you back in.
Yeah.
So good times you may be having could also be a ploy just to get you back, just to make you think, oh, wow, we had a picnic last week, and he brought flowers, and he made me my favorite meal. Okay, that's easy to do when you're trying to reel someone back in, too, and then you go right back to acting like this to them.
Yeah, and, like, even the fact that, like, he said, like, you better be looking for it, and it's like, it's not up to you, like, you know, or whatever, and things like that.
Threatening.
Yeah, it's like, no, this guy's a piece of shit. Like, that's the thing about abusive relationships is that they're like you said, like with narcissists, like they know what to do to like keep you there, but then also will still do shit like this, you know. And it's like he's not even taking like. There's a difference with her and him, which is that when she snaps, she'll come back and actually like apologize and actually try to work on herself. He'll just like give an apology, but it's like more like, oh, I'm sorry for that, but also you did this and you did this, so you're a bad person. So yeah, no, you're not overreacting. If anything, you're underreacting for what he's doing. Like, and like on one hand, I get that like you're like, but he's like almost the perfect person for me. But it's like, yeah, but he also doesn't respect you.
And that's a big thing with relationships. There are a lot of things you need to keep in mind. And no, you're not being a bad person doing the common thing or whatever you said about, oh, I don't want to leave a good person just to find a better relationship. No. There is a person for everyone. There are so many people in this world, and yeah, it'll take time. You have to have a lot of patience for it. But don't throw your life away to someone who's inevitably going to just use you for what you're worth.
And like the fact that it's like they've been dating for almost 2 years, it's just like this is probably just going to get worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
you already wasted 2 years on someone who's mad to pull you into their web. Don't waste more time.
Yeah, in all honesty,
like, this relationship, heal, and get into a relationship where you're actually happy, or even work on your own relationship with yourself.
Yeah, like on one hand, it's like I love our love life together. It's like, yeah, but also this shit. If this shit really wears you down that much, then it's like, no, you shouldn't. Like
a relationship shouldn't take energy out of you, not this much.
Like, there's always a thing for regret, but at the same time, it's like if this person, no, you're like if you can't see it, like a genuine question is like, would you want to deal with this for the rest of your life? And I would assume no. So I would say, yeah, probably get out of there because this guy is not a very good guy to be dealing with if he's constantly making you feel this way. So,
I think my biggest fear with this would, because once you put the ring on his finger, once the ring goes on someone's finger, it's official and it's almost impossible to get out at this point, especially with the way things are going. And that's when things can escalate.
Yeah.
And he's already, from what you described, it's already threatened enough. I wouldn't be surprised if he would put his hands on you.
Oh yeah, like once you guys get married, it's immediately gonna turn to a switch where he's just all of a sudden gonna be so much worse. So I would
save yourself before you put yourself in a situation where there's no turnaround.
Yeah, in all honesty, you've
been in one bad relationship. Save yourself from going into another.
Yeah, that's honestly, yeah.
The best thing I can say is just spend time with yourself. Learn to love yourself before you go into another relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Look in the mirror and see how much you're actually worth rather than what someone puts on you.
Yeah. Like, yeah, overall, I would say just leave. I think it's time to just go because this does not sound healthy whatsoever. So
it'll only get worse with time. If he's not willing to go into therapy, if he's not willing to go into couples counseling, if he's not willing to go into couples counseling or take any steps, instead he's just reeling you back in every other week with sweet little things here and there.
Mm-hmm.
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah, so no, you're not overreacting. If anything, you're underreacting, and you should get out. You should just you got to break it off. Honestly, it's not healthy. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for that story. I guess next up is our final story for today.
Oh dear.
This one also has to do with relationships.
Oh no.
But this one isn't. From what I remember about reading this one doesn't have to do with abuse. It's just stupid.
Oh, I like stupid. There's a lot of stupid in this world and a lot of funny stupid, so let me hear the stupid.
It's not funny stupid, it's just stupid, but not like abusive stupid. It's just why. Alright, at least from what I remember, so let's see. So this final post is called, Am I overreacting for ending things with my boyfriend of 3 months over him wanting to go on a weekend trip to visit his ex?
Oh,
You see what I mean?
oh my, this is stupid.
Like,
This is very stupid.
yeah.
Let me grab my calculator and divide by 0 real quick to see how stupid this is.
Don't do it. It's gonna blow up.
Hold on, let me get my phone here, Marion. Give me one
No,
second.
you're gonna blow up. I, 29-year-old female, have been dating a guy, 26-year-old male, for around 3 months. We get along great, always have a good time, we always try to talk through any issues, and he is big on communications and boundaries. Okay,
That's
sounds like the
good.
beginning of the last story.
Now, can we please get to the point?
I knew going into this that his friends were primarily female. Throughout the time that we have been dating, though, I have been repeatedly upset by his lack of boundaries, level of emotional intimacy, and frequency of communications with some of his friends, including a mutual friend as well as his ex. We recently,
There it is.
yeah. We recently got into an argument of sorts because he told me he wanted to go on a weekend trip to visit his ex in Boston. His ex knows he is now seeing someone. They are very close friends and dated 4 years ago for around 3 years long distance. However, he is not close with his biological family and considers her family to be his family, spends holidays with them, etc. They also go on trips together and sometimes with her little sister. He asked me if I would be okay with this, and I said no, but I would not stop him. He was worried and upset by this, saying that he didn't want me to think different of him if he went, and he didn't want this to impact our relationship down the road. I asked him why go if it was causing so much strife between us. He said it's because he likes the city and wants to go. The next day I called him and told him I wasn't fully honest with myself about being okay with some of his friendships, and that I wasn't comfortable with the trip or nature of the relationship with our mutual friend or ex, and if we could not come to agree on these things and compromise to set boundaries, then maybe him and I are not compatible. This is not the first time I'd said something like this to him. He had said some things, yeah. He had said some things about our mutual friend who he is also close with that made me very wary about the relationship as well, such as he wouldn't date her anytime soon and they are not together because there hasn't been an opportunity. Okay, no.
That's not good.
No, it's not. I'm just, no. No, we can just stop reading there. It's done. It's over. Just stop it. Just leave.
So you're not overreacting, hon. If anything, why are you still in that relationship?
It's been
when you
3
know that
months,
one
man.
is gonna-
Just run. It's been 3
God.
months. Just go. Just leave.
You've got enough red flags. Listen, hon, there are people in this world. Someone will love you. I guarantee that. It will take time. It will take a fucking lot of time. It took me a long time to find a good friend group, man. And that's just friends. But here's the thing, hon. Love yourself. Just look in the mirror. Get a cat. Get a dog. Get a fucking beta fish. They kill their own kind. It's worth it.
Great philosophy.
Yeah, I think I said this last video. Here's the thing my mom has always told me, which I thought was the cheesiest thing ever until recently. Life is not a race. It is, in fact, a mere hike. Life is not a race, it's a mere hike.
So, just to say this next sentence is gonna make it so much worse than it already is.
Oh no. Oh no.
He said that this was just poor wording, and he doesn't know why she has been such an issue for me. He also started downplaying her looks to tell her. He has also started downplaying her looks to me, and telling me how incompatible they are.
So that's deflecting, hun.
Not only is it deflecting, now you're putting someone else down. So. That's just great. He also has been texting his.
You know, is he still up there? Because you have the time to pack his stuff and send it to a friend's house.
I have no idea if he's even went. I don't know.
I'm just saying, the next trip he has, like,
he should just throw his stuff onto the curb.
Ask one of his friends to hold it for him. Change the locks.
I mean, I don't even know if they're living together because they've only been together for 3 months. But if they have been living together and they've only known each other for 3 months, that's terrifying.
Yeah. That complete stranger that I barely know, come into my house, live with me.
No.
Here, that's where I keep the knives.
This is where I keep the knives for cutting steak. This is where I keep my grandmother's ashes. Don't eat them.
And
they don't taste
the
good.
Bleach, the Windex, the bleach, it's under the sink.
Yep. There's the pink stuff. Sometimes I like to drink it, and it makes me feel really weirdy in the tummy. Anyways, all right. So he has also been texting his ex when with me recently at 12 to 1 a.m., often ignoring me and having to apologize. After some back and forth, he asked me if I'd be willing to give him time to create boundaries, and being so angry and hurt, I said no. What the fuck do you need to create boundaries for? He ended up saying that he needed a moment to think and called me back, doubling down, saying he should be able to go on trips with any of his female friends, and he feels that they already have boundaries. I called him back to try to clarify what I meant and told him I said what I did because I felt like he wouldn't be able to compromise, not that I didn't want to work things out. He was also pretty much done, and he asked me to meet in person 2 days later via text. When we met, he said my comment about us being 90% compatible and 10% incompatible got him thinking, and that 10% is too much to ignore. He said our personalities are very different. He always tells me I'm not like any girls he's used to. I'm so happy and kind, and I like cute things / enjoy the smaller things in life. And then I made a comment recently where I asked him if he liked my personality, and he realized that he's been bullying me with his teasing / snarky comments, and that he should be more compassionate and compromising, and that wasn't coming naturally. I told him when I said we were incompatible, I meant in regards to our boundaries or views on friendships, not our personalities, since we get along. He ended up saying that this has been in the back of his mind regardless of our conversation about the trip, that we're a good fit but not the best fit, and it's not going to work. He also said that I was right about a lot of things I said, but also that I was correct in the fact that he wouldn't have compromised in regards to this trip or any future trips. Was I wrong for bringing this up so early into dating and saying that I wouldn't give him a chance to fix things in the heat of the moment? I regret how I approached this, but also feel like maybe it was for the best. I'm just going to cut you off there.
This is the perfect time just to say, yeah, no, we're done.
Yeah,
that's the perfect time just to say, yeah, no, we're done.
Like, I don't even give a...
He's acknowledged your compatibility is shit. Take that and roll. Take that and fucking roll with it.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm just not even gonna pay attention. I'm gonna fucking forget. I don't even give a fuck about the last 2 paragraphs, in all honesty, because, like, number one, he's trying to go out, like, here's the thing, I would have heard him out for a second if he was like, yeah, I'm just like, we're good. Like, on one hand, I'd be like, okay, but on the other hand, I'd still be very wary of it. I would, like, but at the same time, it's like, when she expressed that she wasn't comfortable with it, and he was like, well, I'm still gonna go anyways, then it's like, well, then what the fuck were you asking me for? And then the fact that he was like, oh, the main reason I'm not with one of his mutual friends is because, like, I just haven't had the opportunity and things like that. And it's like, yeah, no, I wouldn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, if you're not going to respect your partner's boundaries or at least talk about how to set the boundaries, then don't fucking bother and just leave.
Yeah, the main reason I'm ignoring the last 2 paragraphs... Sorry, go.
The whole point of being a relationship is trust. You gain trust by talking things through and showing that you are trustworthy, buddy. You did not do that.
Like, the main reason I say I'm ignoring the last 2 paragraphs is, like, because obviously it was talking about the whole, like, boundaries thing and compromising and things like that. The main reason I'm ignoring that is just because the first 2 paragraphs already sealed his fate, where I'm like, just break up with him. If he's saying shit, like, here's the thing. Here's a little tidbit for any of you who are in new relationships. If your friend is friends with someone who they say, oh yeah, I'm not with them because I never had the opportunity to be with them, just go. It's over. Listen, I'm just going to be honest.
You do realize the undertones of that is, I'm not with them because sadly I'm with you.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, there's a difference between, like, here's the thing. The best way I can describe, like, here's the thing. There's a difference between a mutual friend who that person has been friends with and saying something like, yeah, I've just never had the opportunity. And then them asking them, hey, if, like, who's a popular celebrity? If Robert Smith asked me out on a date, like, would you let me go? Like, there's a big difference, because one of them is, like, never gonna happen, but also it's, like, it's different because it's, like, I guess because celebrity crushes are different in a way, because it's not really in this, it's, I don't know, but what I'm saying is that there's a difference between that question and the question, and there's a difference between, like, that and also, like, him saying, oh yeah, I'm not with this person who I am actually friends with and I have contact with because I just never had the opportunity to be. It's like...
this brings me to my next thing, where fictional characters are so much better to have a crush on,
Yeah, man. Here's the thing, Lynn. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am not on that boat with you. Not because I don't like fictional characters.
They're not real, so they can't hurt you.
That's true. I agree with that, but also it's like here's the thing. This is a complete other side tangent. Linn is like I don't feel I want to make a video on this eventually, but like as a kid, I didn't have a crush on cartoon characters. Like if someone while people were fantasizing about being with Raven from Teen Titans, I was fantasizing about her being with Beast Boy and them being a happy couple together. I was like, no, I like if Raven was a real person and they asked me out, I'd be like, no. Go no, what are you doing here? Go live with him.
Let me clarify. I've only ever had 2 actual crushes on characters. As far as everything else goes, it's been puppy dog love. It's just like, oh, he's nice. That's
But you get what I mean though, right? Like that's how I am. I'm like, no, what the fuck? No. If a cartoon character who I ship with another asked me out, I'd be like, fuck no. I don't want you to be with like if Superman or Lois from like either the comics or My Adventures with Superman asked me out, because they're really cute in My Adventures with Superman, but I also love them in the comics too. If either of them asked me out, I'd be like, no, what are you doing? Be with them. They're way better. What are you doing? No, this is not how it's supposed to go down. I would be so upset. I would be angry, honestly. I'd be like, no, this is not what I wanted. That's how I am. But
you're the type of person that write love letters from the other person slip in their lockers, right?
oh, absolutely. Like if I somehow made it into like one of my favorite cartoon universes, like if I made it into the Teen Titans universe, I would
impossible that shit.
I would write a letter immediately being like, Dear Raven, I am in love with you from Beast Boy, and then just slip it under a door and run. I'd be like,
nah,
yes!
Impossible that shit. You watch the whole fucking series, buy a grappling hook, just come down from the rafters, just like, okay, fuck that, drop the damn note. Okay, that's gonna have to do.
Like, honestly, I would. I would do that.
No same. Absolutely no same.
No, I would do that. If I had the chance, I would do that. I would do that. Anyways, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, no, you're underreacting, and I'm kind of glad he broke it off. I wish that you were the one that broke it up, and I'm glad that's broken off, because it's obvious that he wasn't...
Let him have that little power trip. Let him think he's something when he's not.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, overall, no, you were underreacting, and that guy, yeah, he wasn't very good. Also, you guys were only 3 months in. Like, at that point, I would understand if you gave it consideration if it was like a year in, you know? But like, it's only 3 months in, like, fucking whatever, man. just
3 months. At that point, you shouldn't have that big of a bond yet.
Yeah, it's like just. I think if he's saying shit like this in 3 months in, it's over. just end it. But I guess that's pretty much it. That was the final story. So overall, there's only one person here in all these stories that was actually kind of overreacting, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody else was pretty much underreacting, pretty much, if anything. So, well, like, 2 people were underreacting. One person was kind of overreacting, and then the other person was also overreacting.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah. Overall, I guess that's pretty much it. Thank you for everyone who watched this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks to Linn for once again coming on here and waltzing her way into the damnest parts of our society. And yeah, all of her socials will be linked in the description below. Check them out, or else.
No.
And
why do we always do this? We always have to go through this. Why?
Because you haven't gotten any followers yet, and I'm very upset about it. There's we have gotten there is one episode that has over 3,000 views, and you've gotten no followers from it. Like, to me, that's bullshit.
I just need to work on my schedule.
You're putting out good art, but also, yeah, stop putting out videos at 12 o'clock a.m.
I'm doing better at that.
But yeah, overall, that's pretty much it. Thank you to everyone who watched this video. We hope you all enjoyed it, and I guess we'll see you again sometime soon. I guess we'll maybe see you guys again sometime soon.
And remember, stay safe and sane. Bye.